Hey guys, welcome to Juicy Tea, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, shocking, and satisfyingly juicy. Today's video is Sussy Sunday, where we try and find the truth. Am I the a-hole for kicking my boyfriend's girl best friend out of my Halloween party because of her costume? Our first story comes from the BestofRedditorUpdates subreddit, posted by CrimeToteSwift. Hi everyone, I'll cut to the chase. I, 19 female, had a Halloween party over the weekend. I invited my boyfriend, 21 male, and a bunch of our friends over, including his girl best friend. We'll call her Agatha. My boyfriend and I had decided to dress up as Peter Pumpkin Eater. If you haven't seen the costume, the guy wears a shirt that says Peter, and the girl dresses as a pumpkin because, well, you know. I was pretty excited just because I thought it was a funny and cute costume. Agatha texted me the night before the party and asked what my costume was going to be. I explained the couple's costume my boyfriend and I would be wearing, and she replied that she'd probably just come as a sexy cat. Fast forward to the night of the party. Everyone is having fun and it's a nice time. Well, it was, until Agatha walked in dressed as a pumpkin. Oh hell no, absolutely not! Oh my god, the disrespect! She went over and hugged my boyfriend. I swear, the room went silent. I was pissed. I asked if I could speak with her privately, and we went into my bedroom. I asked why she chose that costume, since she knew the details of the joint costume between my boyfriend and I. I'd have asked her that in front of him. She said she didn't see the big deal and thought it would be a better group costume. What is she implying? I told her I didn't think it was funny and I'd prefer that she changed. I offered her a witch costume that she could borrow for the night. She turned red and started to yell that I don't get to control what she wears. I told her that she was disrespecting my relationship by insinuating that my boyfriend had sex with her. She kept screaming about how it was funny and I need to lighten up. I ended up asking her to leave. She stormed out of the house and I returned to the party. The mood has shifted. The night felt ruined. My boyfriend agrees that she crossed the line and is planning on cutting her off completely. But a few of our friends are saying that I was being dramatic and I should have let her stay. So I guess I'm just wondering, am I the a-hole? God, if anything, I thought you were being too nice. The real problem is, since you did all this in private, she can now go crying to your boyfriend with whatever story she likes. Hopefully, he actually does cut her off. Down in the comments, someone said, "Not the a-hole, she overstepped by doing that. She clearly knew you'd be bothered, and she may have more than friendly feelings for your boyfriend." I'm wondering if there was ever a sexual relationship between them. Jealousy is an ugly monster. Opie responded and said, "He said nothing sexual has ever happened between them. I do trust him because he was honestly shocked she'd pull something like that, since she's always treated me with kindness. I think he was just too stunned to speak when she walked in. After I asked her to leave, he comforted me the rest of the night and took my side completely. He said he's going to be cutting her out of his life. It's crazy because she's been texting him and he said she hasn't even tried to apologize. He hasn't been responding, which I think is driving her crazy. Update, 3 months later. Well, I have an update. I meant to post one a few months ago, but I really needed time to process the events that occurred after this whole ordeal. I'm glad I waited though, because you all need to hear this one. Many people pointed out that my boyfriend must be sleeping with Agatha since she went absolutely bonkers for seemingly no reason. I thought since he immediately took my side and blocked her on everything, that you were wrong. Well, it was me who was wrong. It turns out that Agatha and my boyfriend have been sleeping together for months, and they were just really good at hiding it, until she decided that she didn't want to be his mistress anymore. I found this out when I was at his house and hanging out in his room. He was showering after a workout, and I heard this vibrating noise. He'd taken his phone and mine was right next to me, so I couldn't figure out what it was. I opened his bedside table drawer and found a second phone. My gut told me something wasn't right. Why would he have a second phone? It didn't take me long to guess his password. 1234, really? And my fears were confirmed. There was a missed call from Agatha. I looked through the messages and found out the truth. Not only had they been sleeping together, but she'd recently found out that she was pregnant. This was the reason she pulled the stunt on Halloween. She was trying to force his hand. I also saw that he was messaging other girls as well. I was completely devastated. After his shower, he found me grabbing all of my belongings and putting them in my bag. He asked why I was leaving, and I told him because we were finished. I threw his phone on the bed, and he looked like he was going to vomit. He started pleading me to hear him out, but I didn't want to hear it. He could have all those other girls. I didn't want him anymore. He followed me out of the house, shaking and crying. He even followed me all the way out to my car, trying to block my path. I went over the grass around him and didn't look back. He sent me a long message about how he never wanted to hurt me and that he wanted me back. And how he was using his work phone to text all of these women so I wouldn't find out. That was very helpful. I sent his boss a nice little message about how company property was being misused, and I saw on his LinkedIn that he no longer works for that company anymore. He is blocked on everything now. I hope him and Agatha have a magical life with their baby. Oh, and I heard through the grapevine that he got another one of those women pregnant too. Glad I dodged that bullet. As for me, I'm currently in therapy, working on my trust issues, and learning how to love myself again after this whole situation. I have been putting myself out there again, and have cut contact with anyone who knew what was happening behind my back. Thank you all for the love and support. I wonder if those friends who said she was being dramatic knew that Agatha and her boyfriend were sleeping together. That'd be so messed up. Am I wrong for not trusting my husband's female friend? Well, this is topical. Posted by Big Positive 6003. My husband, 32 male, has a bestie, 28 female, that always needs his help. Should I be worried? So, my husband met a girl in his F45 class, and they also happen to go to the same gym. She's going through a court matter with her ex-partner, and somehow my husband is now super involved in helping her. Basically, they've known each other for 9 months, and because I'm not usually a jealous girl, I haven't thought much of their friendship. Until he came home to tell me that he'd cut an extra key so she could use our apartment rooftop. I was a bit surprised that he wasn't asking if it was okay, but rather that he'd already organised the key. But I didn't say much and I let it go. The last straw was that a week later, he came home and told me he took the day off to go to court with her. Alarm bells went ringing. Even at my lowest point, he didn't take a day off work for me. He later said that he feels bad that he never did that for me, but he has a new manager who doesn't care about taking time off. He's super kind and sweet, and I'm worried that he's been blindsided by his need to help others so selflessly. Is he super nice and selfless to everyone, or is that just for hot younger girls? She hasn't put in much effort to get to know me, and she says she's too overwhelmed with life. So I've hung out with her, with 8 other people around, for about 2 hours in total. She always seems to be sad and upset, and my husband is so protective over her. I can't say a bad thing about her. She also only has my husband as her support. She doesn't have any other friends. She does have a brother that she catches up with as well, but even her brother isn't going to court. Am I just being jealous? I mean, she is a typical hot girl, but I'm not intimidated as I trust my husband. I just don't trust her. Also, I knew what she looked like for ages and I didn't care. I feel confused and drained. Too long didn't read. My husband is friends with a girl that always needs support. Is she a potential homewrecker or does she just need help? I might just be jaded from reading too many Reddit stories, but the fact that he wouldn't even take a single day off for his wife, even at her lowest point, says everything about how much he really cares about her. And if he doesn't care about her, then is cheating really that big of a leap? It wouldn't matter if she was a homewrecker, if your husband really was trustworthy. Remember, I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.